Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome back to another edition of Wrestling Disasters. I'm Steve Fall, and my co-host, of course, is Miss Christy Love. How you doing today?
Hello. I hope everything is well.
Everything is wonderful. Everything is wonderful. But today, we're not talking about something very wonderful on Wrestling Disasters. This show is all about talking about the bad, the terrible, the puke-tastic. And today, we're talking about the time that the great Khali won the World Heavyweight Championship. That's right, folks. It's real. It happened. But how does Wrestling Disasters work? Well, we take today's topic, we talk about it. At the end of the show, we hand out the prestigious Disaster Award, where either this topic will get a 5 disaster, which is the worst possible thing you've ever seen with your eyes, or a half a disaster when you're saying, meh, it's really not that bad. This one might be leaning into a 5.
Yeah, it's a good contender for 5, friend. I don't know.
So when you think of the great Khali, you don't really ever think of, hey, this guy's a good idea, a good person to be world champion. Intimidating looking, yes, of course. You see him on a poster. I know he's boring you already. You see him on a poster. You see his height, his mass. You think, God damn it, that's a big man.
Yep.
But when you see him walk to the ring, I used air quotes to say walk because I don't know if his legs actually work, if his kneecaps bend.
He was he was knock-kneed too.
Oh, yeah?
So he was like that. It would like his knees would knock as he walked. I'm serious.
Things you notice while watching wrestling.
Yep.
So let's.
And he had the slow walk, so because it's like his knees, but
I'm surprised they didn't like put him on some sort of dolly and just not show his feet and see him glide to the ring like a ghost. His entrances sometimes were longer than his matches. He was such a slow walker. People give Randy Orton shit for walking slow. No, the great Khali is a man who walks too slow. And he wins the World Heavyweight Championship in a match that I absolutely despise as well, a Battle Royal. When I think of matches I hate, Battle Royal, number 1 on the list. That and a Last Man Standing match. 2 of the matches I can't stand.
Really?
Can't stand them.
Interesting.
Battle Royals.
So you like the Royal Rumble?
Oh, yeah.
But not Battle Royale.
Yes. Well, because Battle Royals obviously were first. If you go back in history of professional wrestling, Battle Royals were used as like, hey, let's get everybody on the card. Let's get everybody in the ring and toss each other out and do it that way. Royal Rumble is, every time, every minute, every 90 seconds, 2 minutes, another wrestler comes down. It's a surprise who's next. A Battle Royals, we're already in the ring.
Right.
So the mass of 20 people are already in the ring versus the Rumble where it's one at a time.
One at a time. Okay, makes sense. Yes, yes.
Do I want to watch a Battle Royal of, okay, it starts and all we're doing is, hoop there, eye rake, kick you, eye rake, back rake, pull your hair. That's all it is, right? What can you even do a suplex in a 20-man Battle Royal? No. Because you know what happens? You pick that person up, you're going to land on 8 more people behind you.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out for you.
And with Battle Royals, not everyone gets to get an entrance. Everyone is either in the ring, and then they'll give maybe like the bigger stars like their time to come in, and then you have the Rumble.
Well, that's what was funny about this one. We watched it. It took place on July 20th in 2007 on a SmackDown. Sorry, folks, I'm getting over a cold. The main wrestlers get an entrance. So you have Batista gets an entrance, Great Khali, Kane, Finley, and MVP. So those wrestlers get an entrance. In the ring, though, let's look at the other wrestlers that were in this, because none of these people have a chance. I didn't think the Great Khali had a chance, but he apparently did.
Right. I'm about to say he had a whole entrance, and I'm like, okay, he's definitely like, how's he winning this? But go ahead.
So you got, Chavo. He's not winning. The Masterpiece, Chris Masters, Dave Taylor, who was an English wrestler, Deuce and Domino from the other side of the tracks. They were just grease guys.
From Jersey, probably.
Grease lightning, go grease lightning. You are supreme. You're not winning. Grease lightning. Eugene, who is not mentally challenged.
That's not a good
Not a good character to have. We'll talk about him on another episode. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Funaki, who I believe is Kung Fu Naki at the time. Get it. Jamie Noble. Jimmy Wang Yang, who's an Asian cowboy gimmick. Yep. Kenny Dykstra, the tallest member of the Spirit Squad.
Oh, my barf bag is coming even.
The Major Brothers. Brett Major and Brian Major.
This is horrible.
Would you like to guess who those people actually really are?
Who?
Brett Major and Brian Major are Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Yeah.
How did I not notice them? Like
later on, they became Edgeheads when they joined La Familia. That was Edge's stable with Becky Guerrero and Chavo and Bam Neely and the Edgeheads. So they were there as well. They were thrown out pretty quick. Mark Henry was in this. Matt Hardy, and we already talked about the entrances for people. And Shannon Moore are also there. Yeah. So out of that bunch, really, in reality, the only people who are gonna win are Batista, MVP, Finlay, Kane, Great Khali.
I didn't give it to Great Khali, but okay. I thought Mark Henry had a better chance than Great Khali.
Well, he didn't get a TV entrance.
That's
so
true.
That kind of shows you why it's not going to happen.
So whoever got the TV entrance was one of the people that you think was going to win. Okay, sorry.
I never thought the Great Khali was going to win, though. And this was spoiled by WWE.com because they posted the results already online when this happened.
Oh, yes, because
SmackDown was taped on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And so it wouldn't air till either Thursday or Friday. So suddenly they're telling you, like, hey, by the way, the Great Khali was winning the title, so don't bother watching SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they said when they said that. But the reason why there's a battle royal for the vacated heavyweight championship on SmackDown is because Edge, who was the champion, is hurt. And this is more of a snake bit situation. Because if you go back, Edge won the Money in the Bank, not in the ladder match. He actually beat Mr. Kennedy because Mr. Kennedy had the Money in the Bank and he beat him in a match for it. He cashed in on Taker. Now Edge is on Raw. Taker's on SmackDown. Edge catches in on Undertaker, beats him for the belt. Taker is actually hurt, so he has to leave. Edge is now champion. Hey, buddy, I'm Edge. And then Edge gets hurt for real. Boop, you're gone, Edge. So now Edge is hurt. He's in a storyline with Kane. Kane and Edge are supposed to fight. Now remember, this is July 20th, 2007 on we'll say a Thursday.
Right.
That Sunday is supposed to be the WWE's Great American Bash pay-per-view. They already booked Kane versus Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship. So wouldn't you think that Kane would be like handed the belt or Kane versus somebody at the Bash for the championship? No. He gets tossed in with the Major Brothers, Eugene, Kenny Dykstra, and these jabronis. That's unfair to Kane.
The jabronis, yep.
That's unfair to Kane, right?
Yep.
I think so. So we have to have this battle royal. And, of course, the Great Khali does win the Battle Royal and become the new heavyweight champion.
It came down to him, Batista, and Kane.
Great Khali tossed out Kane and
Both
Batista at the same time. And then on the same SmackDown, at the after this Battle Royal, Batista and Kane fight each other to determine the new number one contender, which is bullshit because Kane was already the number one contender.
They didn't want Kane to win regardless, I feel like.
They did not give a shit. Whoever was writing SmackDown was like, screw you, Kane. We don't want you in the title picture. Yeah.
This is bad. Who won from that one? Oof.
Well, we have a triple threat. They book Great Khali, Batista, and Kane at the Great American Bash. Talk about a stinker of a match.
I was about to say, so Kane was in it. He wasn't by himself then regardless. So they should have made that match from the get-go.
They probably realized Kane versus Great Khali was going to be a shit show. So they threw in Batista, who was not really a catch-can style wrestler either. So.
Well, I mean, all of them are not really good wrestlers, but that's another.
No, that's another topic for another time, I guess. So the Great Khali wins the belt here on SmackDown, defends it on Sunday, and he actually retains it for a while. And he was champion for like all summer. It felt like, even going into like September, October.
Was he champion more than Big E?
Oh, that's a good question. That is that's a sad, scary question to ask.
Because if that's true. This is a sad, that's a sad thing.
All right. Let's look up the history.
Uh-oh.
Now that you got me,
I don't want to be
piqued my
triggered.
interest.
Yep.
Because holy shit, if that's true. All right. Let's see. Sorry, folks. We gotta do some research here. We gotta do live research as we sit here because now
I should go off the rails. I'm used to going off the rails, so it's fine.
He held the title for only 61 days.
Okay.
Big E held it longer. I know that for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Beyond.
Whew.
Eventually.
That was a close call.
You scared me for a minute. You did scare me.
I was scared too.
I'm like, wait, is that true? Did that really happen?
I was praying that didn't happen. That's not true.
So eventually, though, in September, Great Khali loses to Batista in September, at Unforgiven. So okay. At least eventually he gives it to the right person. Like Batista probably should have won the title here, but they thought let's have the babyface chase the champion, and eventually we crown a new champion later on. But it's just kind of weird because you have Edge and Kane was booked. You had Batista and the Great Khali booked also for the Great American Bash. So now with Edge out, you kind of just threw in the remaining pieces into one match at the Great American Bash, and somehow thought it was a good idea to give the Great Khali the World Heavyweight Championship.
It's bad, really bad.
I don't know why. But let's hand out that prestigious disaster award, though.
This is definitely. I don't know who made this set. Whose idea was this? But it was really, really bad. Execution was bad. Like Batista should have won from the get go. That's who I thought would have won. But we watching this because it was Khali that won. But definitely bad. Giving this definitely a 5.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 5, but I still think Brett Major or Brian Major should have won the belt here. I really think that the Major brothers had a perfect opportunity to launch themselves. You wouldn't even recognize that guy. He had long hair.
That's probably why I didn't recognize. I'm telling you, I was like, who are these guys? But I didn't pay them no mind. I thought they were just a bunch of jabronis just sitting there for this battle royale. So I didn't really pay the people no mind. Like,
or Deuce and Domino should have won too. They could have. We go together like Damon down. We could have done that whole thing. This whole show could have been about Deuce and Domino.
Yeah.
There is a storyline where Deuce and Domino, there's a storyline where they might have punched their female valet Cherry in the face. So we'll have to get to that as well.
Oh, we're gonna have to watch that one. Oh,
Dawn Marie and Tori Wilson and the funeral of Al Wilson. We have so many great topics coming your way. I hope you appreciate this week. Last week's episode, we talked about, of course, Santa being run over by Alberto Del Rio. We have talked about so many different things already, and we have so much more to discuss.
Oh my God, it's a lot more disasters to even go through.
Yes, I'm excited. I've seen you yawn more than I've ever seen you yawn in my life because the Great Khali obviously was boring you to death.
Yeah.
So maybe I have to force you to watch more Great Khali matches in the future just to see.
Oh no, please, no.
I might have to do it. But folks, I give it a 5. She gives it a 5. 5 disasters for this puke-tastic. I just gotta hold on. It's just like I'm fine. I think I am. Okay, I'm okay. No, I'm not.
I had to let it out.
You gotta let it out. Sometimes you gotta let it out. Let it out. It's a musical episode of Wrestling Disaster. It's gonna fill the time with something. Folks, I've been Steve Fall. She's been Miss Chrissy Love. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time for another edition of Wrestling Disasters. And remember, don't forget your puke bags next week. Bye.
Toodles.
Toodles.